Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video, I'm going to show you some projects with two new products. They are both called New Wave. This is the die. It's a 5 by 7 inch cover plate. And then I will also be using the New Wave Background Builder stamp set. These two actually work together. They have the same size waves, so you can combine them or use them on their own. So apart from the top and the bottom of the die, the whole thing is the same. So you don't have to cut a full panel to get some layering going on. So if you want to create a rainbow pattern, you really don't need to die cut a whole panel and waste all that paper. I did die cut the whole thing from, I think, from 4 colors. And then I ended up creating quite a few backgrounds. This one here is going to be a fully covered background. Actually, I am lying here because I am going to skip one wave just to add some white space in between the colors. You know, I don't know, I just felt like it needed that. And for that, I am just going to use a placeholder wave here, this dark green color, and then I will remove it as soon as I glue down the next one. And that's how I built the whole background. It's very simple, really. And then I am trimming off some of the edge, like just a hair, so that my panel is going to be slightly smaller than 5 by 7, and then the card base is going to be 5 by 7, just so I have a white edge around it, like so. And then I'm going to start working on other backgrounds as well, and then later I will put together the cards. So here I'm stamping a 5 by 7 inch panel, and this is the stamp set that I mentioned. And as you can see, there is a single wave, some sentiments, and then there is this one big stamp with 4 waves that if you move up and down, then you can add some colors, actually 5 different colors, I believe. I hope I'm not saying anything wrong, but let's see. So once you stamp the first one, then you want to layer the next one, or you want to line up the next one in a way that you have a hair of white in between the two, and then you will be able to fill up that space with 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, 4 waves there. Obviously, you can add as many or as little as you want, but just make sure that you are not stamping the waves directly next to each other, because then the pattern is not going to be it's not going to come together unless you just want to use it 3 times like here. Then it really doesn't matter how you layer them. So you can see that there's space for 4 waves between 2 waves, if that makes sense. So if you look at the yellow ones, then there's space for 4 waves there. Instead of stamping that last one, I'm actually going to add a die cut layer, or that was my plan, but you will see what's gonna happen. And then there's a few sentiments with this stamp set that lines up with different parts of the wave, in case you want to stamp them, or you know, you have some options to stamp them in different parts of the card. And then so instead of adding that die cut wave into the white spot there, I just added it on top of the darkest stamped layer, and I'm actually adding 2 layers of the die cut just to add some dimension. You could even use some foam tape on this if you want, just to add some interest and texture and dimension. I liked the whole background better when there was a bit more white there, so that's why I decided to add these die cut layers on top of the already stamped one. But obviously you don't have to stamp that if you plan better than me, but I often have to see things not only in my mind's eye, but for real. So this is just a stamped background, and then there's there is this one that I messed up. I cut my finger and I didn't notice, and I bled on that. So that is maybe I will use that as to cut something from it. And there's a few die sets here that I showed you that I'm going to be using. Two of them are older. One is the Anchor and one is the Tropical Paradise set from last year, and then there is a new one called Oops a Little Bit Late, which I am going to be using as accents on these cards. Now for this completely stamped card, I'm only adding a few enamel dots in matching colors instead of adding layers of die cuts, which is normally my preference, but I wanted to create something for those of you who like one layer cards. And then I'm gonna, so that's it for this one. And then I'm gonna move on to the next one. And like I said, I'm using the Anchor for this one. I think it's always fun for summer projects. And I die cut the Anchor twice, and then I glued them together. And now I am placing a few foam tape pieces, constantly checking where I should place them, because my background is not one layer, so there's a few waves there, if that makes sense. So I'm only adding foam tape to the parts that are gonna be directly on the stamped background. Oh god, that is the longest and silliest explanation ever, but I hope you know what I mean. Okay, so here is the Oops a Little Bit Late die cut. I already glued it together off camera because I didn't think it was that interesting, and also because I have it in another video where I think I actually glued it together on camera. I hope. There's so many videos I'm trying to do voiceover for, I don't quite remember anything anymore, and my editing program keeps crashing, freezing, everything. So I am, sometimes I spend, I do the audio 6 times or so. So sometimes I really don't remember what I said already, what I did already. So I apologize. But you can always ask questions if I missed something, if I said something wrong. I'm always happy to answer. So don't feel like you cannot ask. And then I'm also using a sentiment from the Everyday Sentiment stamp set that is I think a few months old. It came out this year, just as a sub-sentiment there. And I'm finishing off this card with some enamel dots. Again, really simple. I did not bother adding flowers. But here I am with flowers, because obviously I had to create something with flowers as well. And so this panel, as you can see, there's no white space in it, but I wanted to have a white edge around it. And then I was planning to just add white flowers, so white leaves, white flowers, as an accent, or as an accent. So I'm putting together these hibiscus flowers, and I'm just creating a cluster in the top corner. I probably could have created 2 clusters in opposite corners, because this is such a big card format. There's plenty of space for this, but I think I don't remember why I didn't do that. Maybe because I'm always doing it. I don't know. And then I'm adding some foam tape to the flowers, and then I'm trying to figure out how I want that arrangement to be glued down. So once I kind of know, I'm starting using liquid glue for the leaves and constantly checking where they should go. As you can see, I'm constantly rearranging, and then once everything is glued down, I will glue down the flowers as well. And to finish off this card, I'm also going to add a sentiment. That one is from the new For You sentiments die set, which it was kind of a request from several customers, because you may know I created one for German customers at the last release, and some English-speaking customers wanted to have an English version as well. And obviously, I wasn't against it. I love these little sentiments. So again, that one I'm putting together in another video for sure. So if you check the other videos, you will see how I normally go about layering those. So here are the cards up close. I hope you like them. I hope you like the new New Wave products. I think there's so many options with colors here. It's a really simple set, but you know, you can achieve so many different looks by just changing the colors. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you check out the other videos with the other new products as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.